Hello dear students, welcome to CET, NEET, JEE class on the chapter Units and Measurements. Okay, this is lecture 3 on this unit, and in this lecture we are going to discuss some numericals related with errors. Question number 1. Density of liquid in CCS system is 0.625 gram per cubic centimeter. What is its magnitude in SI system? The options are option A 0.625, option B 0.0625, option C 0.00625, option D 625. Okay, in this question they have given the density of liquid in CCS system, that is its magnitude is given and units are given, and here we have to find the magnitude of density of liquid in SI system. Okay, for this we will be using this formula, that is to convert a measured value from one system to another system we use N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Okay, this will be constant. The product of N and U will be constant. Here N1 is magnitude of density of liquid in CCS system, and N2 is magnitude of density of liquid in SI system. U1 is unit of density of liquid in CCS system, and U2 is unit of density of liquid in SI system. And we know the expression for density, that is density is equal to mass divided by volume. Okay, now here N1 is equal to 0.625 and U1 is equal to gram per cubic centimeter, and we don't know the value of N2, we keep that one as it is, and U2 is equal to, what is the unit of density in SI system? It is kg per cubic meter. Okay, putting these values in this equation we get 0.625 gram per cubic centimeter is equal to N2 kg per cubic meter, and at this point we have to write either grams in terms of kg or kg in terms of grams, and meter in terms of centimeter or centimeter in terms of meter. For that we have to give the relation between kg and gram and then centimeter and meter. Okay, we know that 1 kg is equal to 100 grams, that is equal to 10 to the power of 3 grams, and I want to write 1 gram in terms of kg, that is 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Okay, if I take this one to the other side, then it becomes minus 3. Similarly, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, that is equal to 10 to the power of 2 centimeter, and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. Now here I am going to replace grams by kg and centimeter by meter. Then we get 0.625 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg divided by 10 to the power of minus 6 cubic meter is equal to N2 into kg per cubic meter. See, we have kg per cubic meter on both sides, therefore these two will get cancelled, and then N2 is equal to 0.625 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 10 to the power of plus 6. See, when I take this to the numerator it becomes plus 6. After simplifying this I get 625. Therefore N2 is equal to 625. The magnitude of density in SI system is 625. Hence option D is correct one. Next question. The density of a material in SI unit is 128 kg per cubic meter. In certain units in which the unit of length is 25 centimeter and the unit of mass is 50 grams, the numerical value of density of the material is. The options are option A 40, option B 16, option C 640, option D 410. So in the equation the density of the material is given, that is 128 kg per cubic meter. Okay, this is in terms of SI system, and in certain unit the length is equal to 25 centimeter and mass is equal to 50 grams. Okay, that means it is in CGS system. Question is, what is the magnitude of density of material in CGS system? Again, we will be following the same method as we have followed in solving question number 1. To convert the measured value from one system to another system, we use N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Here I am interchanging them. I am taking N1 as magnitude of SI system and U1 as unit in SI system, and N2 is magnitude in CGS system and U2 is unit in CGS system. And we have the expression for density, that is density is equal to mass divided by volume, and here N1 is equal to 128 and U1 is equal to kg per cubic meter, and we don't know the value of N2 and U2. U2 gives the unit of CGS system, that is gram per cubic centimeter. Then the above equation we can write it as 128 kg per cubic meter is equal to N2 into 50 grams divided by 25 centimeter whole raised to 3. Then the above equation we can write it as, or before writing this, let us see how to convert 1 kg into grams, that is 1 kg equal to 1000 grams, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Why I am taking this relation? I want to replace kg in terms of grams and meter in terms of centimeter. Then I need to find the value of N2. Then above equation becomes 128 into 1000 grams divided by 100 into 100 into 100 cubic centimeters. See, cubic meter is nothing but m into meter into meter into meter. Therefore, by replacing meter into meter into meter, I get 100 into 100 into 100 cubic centimeter. That is equal to N2 into 50 grams divided by 25 into 25 into 25 cubic centimeter. We have gram per cubic centimeter on both sides, therefore both will get cancelled. And finally, N2 is equal to 128 into 1000 into 25 into 25 divided by 50 into 100 into 100 into 100. See, I am taking this 25 into 25 to the other side, it will be in numerator, and I am taking 50 to the other side, it comes to denominator. And after simplifying this, I get 40. Therefore, the magnitude of density of material is 40 in CGS system. Hence, option A is correct one. Now let us move to question number 3. A physical quantity P is given by P is equal to A square into B cube into C into D to the power of 1 by 2. The percentage error of measurement in A, B, C and D are 1%, 2%, 3% and 4% respectively. What is the percentage error in the quantity P? Question is, the expression for P is given, that is A square into B cube into C into D to the power of 1 by 2, and percentage error in each quantity is given by 1%, 2%, 3% and 4%. Okay, if there is error in these quantities, obviously there will be error in P also. And the question is, what is the percentage error in P? The options are option A 8%, option B 5%, option C 13%, option D 14%. Okay, percentage error of A is represented by delta A by A into 100% is equal to 1%, and that of B is delta B by B into 100% is equal to 2%, and that of C is delta C by C into 100% is equal to 3%, and that of D is delta D by D into 100% is equal to 4%. And first let me explain with the general equation. In general, z is equal to a to the power of m b to the power of n divided by c to the power of p. And then fractional error for this quantity is given by delta z by z is equal to m into delta a by a plus n into delta b by b plus p into delta c by c. Now if we multiply by 100% on both sides, we get percentage error of z. By using the same method, I am going to write the expression for percentage error of quantity p, that is delta p by p into 100% is equal to 2 into delta a by a into 100% plus 3 into delta b by b into 100% plus delta c by c into 100% plus 1 by 2 into delta d by d into 100%. Now substitute the percentage error of a, b, c and d in this equation. We get 2 into 1% plus 3 into 2% plus 3% plus 1 by 2 into 4%. That is equal to 2%. 2 into 1% will be 2% plus 3 into 2% will be 6% plus 3% plus 1 by 2 into 4% will be 2%. When you add all these, we get 13%. Therefore, we can say that the percentage error in the quantity P is 13%. Hence, option C is correct one. Okay, next question number 4. Error in the measurement of radius of a sphere is 1%. The error in the calculated value of its volume is option A 1%, option B 3%, option C 5%, option D 7%. Okay, here the percentage error of radius is given, that is delta r by r into 100% is equal to 1%. And we should know the expression for volume of the sphere, and it is given by V equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. And fractional error for volume of the sphere is given by delta V by V is equal to 3 into delta R by R. Okay, this is the fractional error. And if we multiply by 100% on both sides, then we get the expression for percentage error of volume of a sphere, that is delta V by V into 100% is equal to 3 into delta R by R into 100%. Now substitute the value of delta R by R into 100% in this equation. We get 3 into 1%, that is equal to 3%. The error in the calculated value of its volume is 3%. Hence, option B is correct one. Question number 5. The percentage errors in the measurement of mass and speed are 2% and 3% respectively. How much will be the maximum error in the estimation of the kinetic energy obtained by measuring mass and speed? The options are option A 11%, option B 8%, option C 5%, option D 1%. Okay, here the percentage error in the measurement of mass and speed is given. Okay, for mass it is delta m by m into 100% is equal to 2%, and that of velocity is delta v by v into 100% is equal to 3%. Okay, if there is error in the measurement of mass and speed, then there will be error in the measurement of kinetic energy also. And we know that kinetic energy is given by K is equal to 1 divided by mv square. Okay, here magnitude of velocity is nothing but speed. Now I can write the expression for percentage error of kinetic energy as delta K by K into 100% is equal to delta m by m into 100% plus 2 into delta V by V into 100%. Now substitute the percentage error of mass and speed in this equation. We get 2% plus 2 into 3%, that is equal to 2% plus 6% is equal to 8%. Okay, there will be 8% of error in the calculation of kinetic energy. Hence, which of the option is right one? Option B is correct one. Next, question number 6. Next question. If the length of rod A is 3.25 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter and that of B is 4.19 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter, then the rod B is longer than the rod A by option A 0.94 plus or minus 0.00 centimeter, B 0.94 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter, option C 0.94 plus or minus 0.02 centimeter, option D 0.94 plus or minus 0.005 centimeter. Okay, in this case there are two rods and their lengths are given by length of rod A is 3.25 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter and that of B is 4.19 plus or minus 0.01 centimeter. And the question is, how big is the rod B with respect to rod A? Okay, for this we have to find the difference in length between these two rods, and that difference I am taking it as L. Since the rod B is bigger than the rod A, hence L is equal to LB minus LA, that is equal to 4.19 minus 3.25, that is equal to 0.94 centimeter. Okay, it is bigger by this much length than rod A. Okay, now this value is present in all the options, therefore we have to find the value of error. Then the error is given by error and the result is equal to delta L is equal to delta A plus delta B. Here delta LA is 0.01 and delta LB is 0.01. Hence, substituting these values we get delta L is equal to 0.02. Then the rod B is longer than the rod A by L plus or minus delta L is equal to 0.94 plus or minus 0.02 centimeter. Okay, this value matches with option C. Hence, option C is right answer. Next, question number 7. A body travels uniformly a distance of 13.8 plus or minus 0.2 meter in a time 4.0 plus or minus 0.3 seconds. The velocity of the body within error limit is, the options are option A 3.45 plus or minus 0.2 meter per second, option B 3.45 plus or minus 0.3 meter per second, option C 3.45 plus or minus 0.4 meter per second, option D 3.45 plus or minus 0.5 meter per second. Here the distance travelled is given, that is 13.8 plus or minus 0.2 meter per second, and time taken to travel this distance is 4.0 plus or minus 0.3 seconds. And we know the expression for velocity, that is V equal to D divided by T. Okay, to calculate the magnitude of velocity, we write D divided by T, that is equal to 13.8 divided by 4.0, that is equal to 3.45 meter per second. Okay, this is the velocity, and we have to write the result including errors. For that, let us write fractional error for velocity, that is delta V by V is equal to delta D by D plus delta T by T. Here I want only delta V, therefore I take this V to the other side, and the above equation becomes delta V is equal to delta D by D plus delta T by T into V is equal to 0.2 divided by 13.8 plus 0.3 divided by 4.0 into 3.45, that is equal to 0.014. Okay, after simplifying this, that is 0.2 by 13.8 gives us 0.014 plus 0.3 divided by 4.0 gives us 0.075 into 3.45. Okay, after simplifying this, we get 0.3 meter per second. Hence, final result can be expressed as V dash is equal to V plus or minus delta V, that is equal to 3.45 plus or minus 0.3 meter per second. Okay, this value will match with option B, hence option B is correct answer. Question number 8. A wire has a mass 0.3 plus or minus 0.003 grams, radius 0.5 plus or minus 0.005 millimeter, and length 6 plus or minus 0.06 centimeter. The maximum percentage error in the measurement of its density is. The options are option A 1%, option B 2%, option C 3%, option D 4%. Okay, in the question, a wire is given, mass of the wire is 0.3 plus or minus 0.003 grams, and radius is 0.5 plus or minus 0.005 millimeter, and length is 6 plus or minus 0.06 centimeter. And we know the expression for density, that is density is equal to mass divided by volume, that is equal to m divided by volume of the cylinder is pi r square into h. Now write fractional error for density of the wire. It is given by delta d by d is equal to delta m by m plus 2 into delta r by r plus delta h by h. Okay, in the given equation, delta m is 0.003, delta r is 0.005, and delta h is 0.06. M is 0.3, r is 0.5, and h is 6. Substituting these values, we get that is equal to 0.003 divided by 0.3 plus 2 into 0.005 divided by 0.5 plus 0.06 divided by 6. The simplified values are 0.01 plus 0.02 plus 0.01. See, when we simplify this, we get 0.01. When we simplify this term, that is 2 into 0.005 divided by 0.5, we get 0.02, plus by simplifying this, we get 0.01. Adding all this, we get 0.04. Okay, this is the fractional error of density of the wire. Percentage error. If fractional error is multiplied by 100%, then we get percentage error of the density of wire, that is delta d by d into 100% is equal to delta m by m plus 2 into delta r by r plus delta h by h into 100%. Okay, substituting the value of delta m by m plus 2 into delta r by r plus delta h by h in this equation, we get 0.04 into 100% is equal to 4%. Hence, option D is correct one. Question number 9. The area of square is 5.29 centimeter square. The area of such 7 squares taken into account, the significant figure is option A 37.030 centimeter square, option B 37.0 centimeter square, option C 37.03 centimeter square, option D 37 centimeter square. Okay, in the question, a square is there and area of that square is given, and after that 7 squares are taken, and question is what is the total area of these 7 squares taking into account significant figures. Area of one square is 5.29 centimeter square, and area of such 7 squares is equal to 7 into area of 1 square. Why I am multiplying by area of 1 square? We are taking ideal or identical squares. Hence I am multiplying area of one square by 7, or else you can add individually 7 times, and that is equal to 7 into 5.29, that is equal to 37.03 centimeter square. Hence option C is correct one. Next question number 10. In a simple pendulum experiment for a determination of acceleration due to gravity g, time taken for 20 oscillation is measured by using a watch of 1 second least count. The mean value of time taken comes out to be 30 seconds. The length of the pendulum is measured by using a meter scale of least count 1 meter. The value obtained is 55.0 centimeter. The percentage error in the determination of G is close to option A 0.7%, option B 6.8%, option C 3.5%, option D 0.2%. Okay, here in the question, a simple pendulum experiment is performed to calculate the value of acceleration due to gravity. And question is, what is the percentage error in the determination of G? Okay, to calculate the value of G, we have an expression G equal to 4 pi square L divided by T square. Okay, now write fractional error for this. We get delta G by G is equal to delta L by L plus 2 into delta T by T. Okay, this is the expression for fractional error of G. Okay, as per the question, delta L is equal to how much? 1 millimeter. Okay, that we have to convert it into centimeter. That will be 0.1 centimeter. And the value of L is 55 centimeter. Delta T is least count of watch, that is 1 second, and T is 30 seconds. Putting these values, we get 0.1 divided by 55 plus 2 into 1 divided by 30 is equal to 0.0018 plus 0.0667, that is equal to 0.0685. Okay, this is the fractional error in G. Now percentage error is equal to, that is delta G by G into 100% is equal to delta L by L plus 2 into delta T by T into 100%, that is equal to 0.0685 into 100% is equal to, I am round offing the number, that is equal to 6.8%. Okay, this value is matching with option B, hence option B is correct one. Next question. Question number 11. A student measured the diameter of a wire using a screw gauge with least count 0.001 centimeter and listed the measurements. The correct measurement is option A 5.320 centimeter, option B 5.3 centimeter, option C 5.32 centimeter, option D 5.3200 centimeter. Okay, here the measuring scale is screw gauge and least count is 0.001 centimeter. Okay, actually all the options are correct, but we have to write answer as per the least count of the measuring instrument. Okay, what is the least count? It is 0.001. That means we have to express the result up to third decimal place. And out of these 4 options, option A is expressed up to third decimal place. Hence, option A is right answer. Is that clear? Next, question number 12. The least count of the main scale of a screw gauge is 1 millimeter. The minimum divisions on its circular scale required to measure 5 micrometer diameter of a wire is option A 50, option B 200, option C 500, option D 100. Okay, we'll come to know what is screw gauge, and there will be two scales. One is main scale and other one is circular scale. And there will be some divisions on the circular scale. And question is, what are the total number of divisions on the circular scale when one main scale division is equal to 1 millimeter and the minimum value measured by this screw gauge is 5 micrometer of diameter. Okay, in screw gauge we have the formula for least count, and that formula is least count is equal to measure of one main scale division divided by number of divisions in circular scale. Okay, here the value of least count is given, that is 5 micrometer, and measure of one main scale division is given, that is 1 millimeter. Substituting these values, we get 5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 is equal to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by n. Now take this n to other side and bring 5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 to left hand side. We get n is equal to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, when you take this one to numerator, it becomes plus 6. 10 to the power of plus 6 minus 3 will be 10 to the power of 3, and that 10 to the power of 3 is nothing but 1000. And this I can write it as 1000 divided by 5, that is equal to 200. Therefore, number of divisions in the circular scale is equal to 200. Hence, option B is correct one. Students, with this, CET, NEET, JEE classes ends on the chapter Units and Measurements. Thank you, students.